Hello students, in today's lecture we have to study circular motion and kinematics of circular motion. What is meant by the circular motion? What are the characteristics of circular motion? So let us consider a particle that is performing the circular motion along the circular track. What is meant by the circular motion? The motion of an particle along the circumference of a circle. That is called circular motion. Or we can say that the motion of an object along the circular track. That is the circular motion. We are considering the particle is performing the circular motion in an anticlockwise sense. Okay. So what are the characteristics of this circular motion? Characteristics. We can discuss the two characteristics of circular motion. That is, circular motion, it is an accelerated motion. It is an accelerated motion. And second thing, or the second characteristic, it is a periodic motion. Periodic motion. So these are the two characteristics of circular motion. It is an accelerated motion and it is a periodic motion. Let us see here. The particle is performing the circular motion along the circular track. Then v, it is its linear velocity. This v indicates the tangential direction to this circular path, that indicates the direction of linear velocity of the particle. Okay. Then omega, that indicates the angular velocity of the particle. R, that indicates the radius of the circular track. Okay. So why we can say that the circular motion, it is an accelerated motion? Because we know that while performing the circular motion on this circular track, particle changes its direction of velocity at every instant. For example, suppose the particle is at this position after certain interval of time. Then what is the direction of velocity? Then it is the direction of velocity. So we can draw the tangent. So the tangent gives the direction of linear velocity. In this way, we can draw linear velocities for the particle at every instant. And from this, we know that the direction of velocity goes on changing at every instant. And therefore, we can say that it is an accelerated motion. Because there is a change in velocity. And therefore, there is an acceleration. And therefore it is accelerated motion. Okay. Second thing, circular motion, it is the periodic motion. The particle is performing circular motion on this circular track. If it is moving again and again along this circular track, then we can say that it is the periodic one. Periodic, that means it repeats its path again and again. And therefore it is a periodic. If you continuously providing the energy to the particle, then that particle can continuously perform the circular motion. And therefore it traces its path again and again. It repeats its motion, you can say that. It repeats its path again and again. And therefore this circular motion, it is said to be the periodic one. So circular motion and the characteristics of circular motion. The motion of an object along the circumference of a circle, or the motion of an object along the circular track is called the circular motion. And these are the two characteristics of circular motion. It is an accelerated motion because its velocity changes at every instant along the circular track. And second thing, it is a periodic motion because it repeats its path again and again. Second thing, we have to discuss the kinematics of circular motion. What is meant by the kinematics? We know the kinematical equations. What can we calculate from the kinematical equations? We can just calculate the initial velocity, final velocity, then acceleration, then displacement of the moving object or the body. In kinematics, we doesn't deal with the causes. We can just explain the motion of an object. We can observe the motion of an object. So kinematics, it is the branch or the subfield of classical mechanics in which we can consider the motion of a particle, motion of a body, or the systems. We can say that we can consider the number of bodies together. So we can deal with the motion of particle, of body, or the system one, but we can't deal with the causes of the motion. So when we just deal with the motion and not the causes, that means which one is the force which can move the object. So we doesn't deal with that forces one. We doesn't deal with the causes one. We just observing the motion one. So that branch which deals with the motion of an object and not the causes of the motion. So that is called the kinematics. So what are the kinematics of circular motion? This is the circular motion. And what are its kinematics? So what are the factors which we have to discuss to know the circular motion? Which are the quantities we have to describe to deal with the circular motion? So which are the quantities? For that purpose, first of all, we can deal with the translational motion and then we can deal with the circular motion. So in case of translational motion, which are the physical quantities which we have to describe for the translational motion? Suppose this is the linear path and along this path the object is moving from this position to this position. So which are the physical quantities which we have to describe to explain the translational motion? That is the displacement. This is the displacement between these two objects. So we can describe the displacement. Then velocity, if we apply the force, then the object is moving with certain velocity. So that is the velocity. And if the object is in motion, then it is having the acceleration. So acceleration. So displacement, then velocity and acceleration. These are the physical quantities we have to be described to know the translational motion. So displacement, it is the distance between the final and initial positions. In translational motion, you can directly determine the distance between two positions. That is nothing but the displacement. The velocity, it is the ds by dt, rate of change of displacement, and acceleration, that is the dv by dt, that is rate of change of velocity. So these are the quantities: displacement, velocity and acceleration we have to describe for the translational motion. We are describing just the quantities, not the causes of them. So in case of circular motion now, which are the physical quantities we have to be described? That is, in case of circular motion, we have to describe the position vector, that is the r vector. We can say that it is the position vector or the radius vector that can describe the position of particle at a given instant of time. Where is the particle at a particular instant? So r vector, that gives the position while performing the circular motion. The second thing, that is angle described by the particle. In case of circular motion, when the particle is moving from this position to this, then it describes the angle. So this is the angle, or you can say that the angular displacement. So in case of translational motion, we have the displacement that gives the position from one place to another place. When the object moves from one place to another place, you can determine the position by using the displacement. So this is the quantity which gives the position. In case of circular motion, this theta, that is it gives the angular displacement. We can determine the angular displacement. Initially the object is at this position, after some time it is at this position. So the angle described by the particle, that is the theta. So this is the physical quantity that gives the angle described while moving it is along the circular track. Then angular velocity, that is the omega. Angular velocity, that gives the velocity or angular velocity of a particle while it is moving along the circular track. So these are the quantities, that is radius vector, then angular displacement and angular velocity. So in kinematics of circular motion, we can determine also the velocity of the particle performing the circular motion. So we can determine the velocity by using this relation, that is v vector equals to omega vector into that is the r vector. This gives the linear velocity. In case of magnitude, if you want to determine the magnitude of linear velocity, we can write like this, that is v equals to that is r into omega. So this gives the magnitude. And in case of direction, we can write like this, v vector equals to omega vector cross r vector. Okay. So these are the quantities that we have to be described for the circular motion. Then one thing we have to explain here, that is omega vector. It is the angular velocity when the particle is performing circular motion along the circular track. Then angular velocity, this is the angular velocity. When the particle is moving in anti-clockwise direction, then the angular velocity, it is along the axis, it is in the upward direction. But we can consider the particle is performing circular motion in clockwise direction or also in that is the anti-clockwise direction. Then how we can determine the direction of this angular velocity? For that purpose, to determine the direction of angular velocity, we have to use the right hand rule. That is right hand rule. So what is the right hand rule? Or we can say that the right hand thumb rule. So what is the statement for right hand thumb rule? So if we curl the fingers of our right hand against the axis of rotation, and if we stretch our thumb in this direction, or we can say that this is the outstretched thumb. So if the particle is performing circular motion in an anti-clockwise direction, suppose these fingers, curled fingers, that gives the direction of motion of the particle, then this outstretched thumb that gives the direction of angular velocity. Now it is along the axis and it is in the upward direction. And if the particles are moving circular motion in an that is a clockwise direction like this, then we have to hold the axis of rotation like this, and these curled fingers that gives the direction of motion of the particle or the body which is moving along the circumference. Then this is the outstretched thumb, that is again along the axis of rotation, but it is in the downward direction. So that will give, that is the right hand thumb rule that gives. And one more thing, one more quantity that also we have to describe while going through kinematics of circular motion, and that is the angular acceleration. Angular acceleration. So angular displacement, that is given by linear displacement with respect to position vector. Then angular velocity, that is given by d theta by dt, and angular acceleration, that is given by d omega by that is the dt. So angular displacement, angular velocity and angular acceleration, these are the physical quantities which we have to describe to know the circular motion. So this is the kinematics. That means we are dealing with the angular displacement, not the cause of angular displacement. We are dealing with the angular velocity, not the cause of angular velocity, and angular acceleration, not the cause of angular acceleration. We are just dealing with these quantities, not the causes of them. So that is the kinematics of circular motion. Thank you.